and this morning I'm going to show you how to quickly create a control panel layout using the tools in ElecDes. These would be the 2D panel layout tools. So without much ado, we're going to get started. So we're going to insert the 2D panel for the project. I've got a bill of materials that I can select the particular enclosure for, and I can go to my particular project enclosure. I've already got one here, or I could go to the catalog and select an enclosure from the catalogs available. So I'm going to quickly go and select my particular enclosure. I'm going to construct it. It's then going to ask for me to select the view. Now in this case we only have the front view in the particular selection, and in this case it's the front view of the back panel because that's the one I want to really build out very quickly on this. So I'm then going to add in some raceway for this. So I'm going to select from the catalogue, I'm going to select some raceways. This is only a fairly small enclosure, so I need to be careful about what I select. So I'm going to go and select the Panduit, 1 inch by 3 inch high, light grey slotted. That's going to give me the correct view. I'm just going to quickly insert that. Now I can move it to the right location, so I use my M and spacebar to quickly give me a pick point. Then if I want to, I can actually rotate, and I can then grip and stretch to the end of the enclosure. So I'm going to copy that. So Control C, Control V. I'm going to quickly drop it in and then just move it. To the correct points. I'm going to quickly do another couple of raceways on here. So I'm going to rotate them. Then I'm going to move them. So remember that's M spacebar, M spacebar. Going to make sure that I select one in the middle there. M spacebar. Remembering we've got grips, I'm going to drag those back so that those are coming to the correct lengths of our enclosure. Now you notice here that the actual tags are slightly out of alignment. Well, they're not actually tags. What they are is a description of the raceway themselves. So I'm going to highlight the particular tag. I'm going to give it the rotation, and I can then move that tag down onto the drawing. Remember, it's in text options. Now, yes, if I'd have done this just to the first one, that would have saved me some time. So we can see what sizes of raceway that we've got selected for here. We're now going to add in some DIN rail. So I'm going to make sure that this is coming into our correct enclosure, and I'm just going to construct it. Pick the front view and use it. I'm just going to quickly drop it in. Then I'm going to rotate it. Give it a bit of a stretch. Now, I do know that I have to position this properly, so I'm going to move it. Then I'm going to move it again just so it's in the correct location, approximately 100 mil down. Then I'm going to copy it. Move it to the correct location. Okay, so we've got a layout very quickly of our enclosure. One that is quite reasonable. Remember, we should also allow spaces for our bolts to lock down on the enclosure. So what we then need to do is lay out some of the components. So I can either pick a particular strip, if there is one for an enclosure. In this case I do have one. I can see that it's allocated. I'm going to then load this terminal strip. I can see I don't have any end stops on the end of it, so I'm going to load the terminals and I'm going to select an accessory, the DIN rail end stop. I'm going to add it to the strip, and then I'm also going to append it to the strip. So adding to the top, append to the bottom, and I can then construct my terminal strip very, very quickly. It has to do a bit of processing on here, and I can see a couple of components need just slightly moving. This is fairly normal. It's a pretty complex selection for the rotation, for the location of these components. I'm going to rotate it, so that's shortcut RO. And then I've rotated it, then I'm going to move it. I'm going to quickly drop it on the center line of my DIN rail. By the way, the DIN rail center line is on a non-plot, so it doesn't show up, but you can also see that we have wipeout components on the individual elements of the blocks we've inserted. I can make these slightly prettier. And I can move them, if I so desire, around just to tidy up my particular arrangement. But you can see it's fairly quick to insert. Now if I want to insert just a device onto this, I can go to my bill of materials and I can insert particular components. Now these components will come in, and I can then position them onto the panel. Again, you can see the particular components there. I've got a tag name. If I want to switch off that from my view, I can go to the ElecDes and I can toggle the name of visibility. I'm going to select the particular component I'm going to switch off the tag name, and I might want to just replace it with a description. So I've then got a PSU. I can then move the tag around, or I can just switch off all of the tags visibility off completely just by selection of them. And you can see it's very quick to then build out your particular enclosure. Thank you very much.